Alrighty, gang. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Happy Thursday. What is today? May what? May 16th. Wow. May 16th. Middle of the month already, right? How many of you were here on Tuesday when Mary had her check? Some of you? Okay. No? You don't? Okay. It was fun. We'll talk about more of that later, I think, because some of you that didn't make it here today. But a lot of stuff to talk about. Before I start, though, I want you all to say hello to someone who is thinking about joining Realty One Group, but she might want to join another company instead. Hi, Christine. Say hello to everybody. No pressure at all. No. Let's get that out of the way here real quick. Yeah, she's going to go now. She's going to leave now. Yeah? But thank you for coming by and be a fly on the wall. And yeah, no matter what you see here, just ignore it all. They're really good people. Well, lots of stuff to cover. We have Jen coming in today. Jen Weinberg's here. You'll meet Jen in a second. Okay. Because a lot of you guys are having questions about commercial deals, but they're really not commercial. Kind of. But she'll explain. Okay. Before we do that, though, 2 weeks from tomorrow, we need 5 more people to bowl.
Okay, I'll come.
Okay, you see Suzanne? We need 4 more. So by the end of noon, 4 more people. Give Suzanne your name so we can go bowling. It's going to be a lot of fun. Have any of you ever done the bowling at LVR?
Yeah.
Right? It's a lot of fun, and it's drinking at 9 o'clock in the morning. You don't have to. But there's probably the whole Sunset Bowling Alley at Sunset Station is ours. How many lanes are there? I don't know. 50 lanes, 100 lanes? We get the whole place for 3 hours. So it's lots and lots of fun. A lot of vendors. Like we said last week, if you're a tchotchke kind of person, you want a calendar, you want a pen, you want a sticky note, from everybody in the world, you can go down there and fill up your bag. So lots of fun. But please get with Suzanne because we got to confirm it later on today. Okay, so that's on the 31st. If you guys remember, maybe a month ago or 2, Tim Sams did this class on AI that blew us all away. This is the guy that has the company rejig.ai. That's the company. He's doing a class later on today at 1 o'clock on Zoom. I'm going to hop on it, but it has all this AI that will, I don't want to say it automates everything, but I think it does.
Yeah.
Right? Is that the extent of it? Right. So
you pick out your marketing stuff, automatically everything's prepared for you.
No kidding.
You have to do nothing.
Do nothing. We like that as realtors. We do nothing. Cash the check. That's what we're all about here, okay? But sign up for that today. Go to rockuniversity.com or onerockstars.com. Sign up. I think this is going to be a really great class. I'm going to make sure I'm going to jump on it for a while, okay? With Purab Shah. These are the websites that we have all over the place. Fax.realtor, competition.realtor, and realestateCommissionFax.com. You should know these websites. Give them to your clients. All these updates about the lawsuit are on primarily this website. Okay? But they're all public websites that the consumer can go there if they know about it. Okay? Because this thing is changing a lot by the day. Okay, the new date is August 17th for the forms. Who knows if that's going to happen? Who knows? I mean, they say November it's going to be, what's the word in November? The court's going to approve it in November. What else is in November, though? Alrighty then. So I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if there is no decision.
Election's the most important thing, guys.
Yeah, but would you rather they do it before the election or after the election?
What?
The settlement.
Oh.
Does it matter?
Before the election, so our good friend can turn it back to the
Well, we don't want to go there, of course, okay? But
everybody knows.
Nobody knows. We don't know anything. We don't know. We're Sweden in this room, right? We're all Sweden and Norway and Denmark, whatever. Okay, but know these websites, please. Okay. All right, gang. You guys always ask questions about dry cleaners and selling a 7-Eleven and all that stuff. It's really complicated stuff. And the only person I've known for 15 years that I would ever go to for this is Jennifer Weinberg. Okay. So Jen has been doing this for a long time. She has a big team over at Berkshire Hathaway. Doesn't matter where she works. You're working with her, okay? And she's also gonna be the CALV president next year at LVR, the president of Commercial Alliance. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's Jennifer Weinberg. There she is. Yay! Do you, we don't have, no, nothing, just you, right? Is that's good? Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah. So just to kind of elaborate a little on what Tim said, so the way that the real estate division and your licensing works is when you go get your real estate, you go take your real estate exam and get your real estate license, you can sell anything that's a real property. You can sell commercial, you can do residential, but you can do that, anything with that license that you have. What you can't do is property management, and you cannot do business acquisition unless you have a permit under your license. So that's kind of the way that it works. So I, like you guys, back in 2000, when I started my own career at Prudential at the time, and by the way, I used to work here as well, back under Dave, so Dave Senior, anyway, but I've known Tim for years. But anyway, so that's the way the licensing works. So now, so I got into residential like you guys did in about year 7. I decided to get into business acquisition, and then this is what I do full time now, and I do have a team. So you guys are the front runners for all your clients, right? They want to know the best Thai food restaurant to go to. They need a plumber. Where they want to know what movie to go see. They're going to call you guys for everything. And remember, when you're qualifying them, you know, to maybe buy a house, you're going to find out what they do for a living, right? Maybe they own a company or a business, you know, or, you know, just kind of let them know that if anything, like if they're ever going to sell, that you have a business broker that maybe you can recommend, you know, that may want to try to earn their business. And usually what I'll do is I'll ask for 3 years of financials. So that's what I'm gonna be looking for, like when your clients are, you know, you're putting us in touch, I'm gonna be, oh, how are you, how's your business, and by the way, can I see 3 years of financials? And I do that, a free evaluation for your clients, just to kind of see where they're at. But try to capture that lead, because our commissions are exceptionally higher than yours, and those referral fees can be pretty substantial. I would say the average referral fee that goes out to an agent is between 10 and 20,000. So I would definitely kind of keep me in mind, you know, even if you can't remember my name, you know, just go to Tim, go that one girl that came one day, they'll get you in touch with me. But anything, gas stations, laundromats, restaurants, I'm selling right now a restaurant, it's not even open. So there is value in assets that you may, you know, or maybe you guys get into, you're gonna go list a house and it's a divorce situation. Maybe they just need like an evaluation done on the business, you know, and I can just do it for a flat fee or something like that. So just wanted to mention that to you guys. I don't know if you guys have any questions, but
Jen, is it the same thing if someone is moving here and they want to buy a
yeah,
business?
they want to
Same
buy a
thing?
business, yeah. It used to be a little bit more difficult on my end, like 15 years ago. Nobody would co-op with anybody. Everyone's like, no, I'm not gonna. So I didn't, you know, I couldn't really work with buyers. It was hard to get the commission. But now, the other business brokers in town, there's only like maybe 15 of us. We all are kind of, I mean, I always say, I come from a residential background, so 50% of something is better than nothing to me, but they did not agree. But now they're willing to co-op with me, so it's a little bit easier for me to get the buyers going. And, or, you know, they might just have to chip in or pay for that for me to, you know, represent them, but I can save them that money, usually, back in the fees, so.
Is there a business broker MLS?
There's
Like,
not a business broker.
You know, I'm getting at to
MLS.
find businesses for sale if someone asks? That doesn't exist, does it?
Right, so we have, I don't know if you guys have heard of CoStar or LoopNet for any commercial agents in there. Okay, so they own BizBuySell, BizBuySell. BizBuySell is our MLS for businesses. So, it's not everything's listed there, but mostly everything's listed there. You know, so I will, even when a buyer calls and I go, what are you looking for? They're like, oh, I don't know. I just wanna make $100 grand a year. I'm like, why don't you go to BizBuySell? Why don't you look through and tell me like, you know, what's, yep. Yeah. So that's where we usually will try to extract, but we're an aggressive team. If your buyers come to me and then they want a pharmacy and there's nothing on the market, or they want a gas station, there's nothing on the market, I'll tell them with proof of funds, I will find you somebody who wants to sell, but you gotta show me proof of funds, you gotta show me your handler. So that's kind of our way with the buyers. If there's nothing out there, we're not gonna go, oh, there's nothing out there, sorry, I can't help you. We will go find it if they show us proof of funds. So, and then usually I'll refer, I'll ask you guys, you know, what's your relationship with your client? Oh, I don't believe, I know they have millions in the bank, I just sold them 5 houses, great, then I don't need to ask, I don't need to go there. But if you guys aren't sure, you just met them, you're cold calling, then I'm probably gonna move forward just to make sure they're qualified before we kind of get there. And then as far as CALV goes, I just wanna let you guys know, on the commercial side, I know as residential agents with all the credits we have to have, some of the classes get a little monotonous, same thing all the time. So on the commercial side, we're trying to bring, and I just did a business, I don't know if you guys were there, I did a business broker one-on-one course at LBR. It was over 100 people showed up, and everyone really liked the content. So we're really gonna push to try to bring more classes. So I would just say when you guys are kind of lurking around LBR or CALV, see what our classes look like, so maybe you guys can come out and learn something new. We're just trying to shake it up a little bit for you guys, even the residential agents, so you guys can get out there and have a little bit more knowledge of commercial and business acquisition, so at least you can talk, to your clients about it, and have a little knowledge, so. Anything else?
And again, use Jen, even though she doesn't work for Realty One Group, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant, okay? She's another member of your team.
Yeah.
So if you're talking to a high net worth client, that's, he might own his own business, he might wanna buy a gas station, okay?
Right.
And that's where Jen comes in.
And I don't know if any of you guys are commercial agents, but, if you guys are, many times that someone's called me and they're at a different company, or even CBRE or wherever it is, and they need, they're doing the commercial building, they need me to come in and do the business inside. And we just do kind of a JV together, we'll, do marketing together and kind of cross over. So if you guys need me in that capacity, I'm always happy to do something with you that way as well.
Questions, gang, we're good?
Good.
Easy peasy, okay, jump on.
Hi, I already required by a business broker that, I need somebody who has a business license.
Yes.
No, business means, business license.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you were saying it's okay to contact you directly from me?
Well.
Yeah, do you need somebody?
Say it again.
Yes, you don't have a business broker here because you guys
Business-
don't.
No, that means business license is different from.
No, business broker's permit. Yeah, if you have a
Yes.
business broker's permit.
Yeah, so,
It's different license.
You think
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
business
yeah.
license, state business
I know,
license,
I
she
know.
said it's different, she reach out to her directly, that's all she's
That's I
asking.
understand.
Yeah,
totally.
you can reach out to me directly if you have
Okay,
someone that.
yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Yeah.
Business license means, yes, I know different license.
Yes.
So you
That's-
can
that's
reach out to
I-
her and she can give you a
So
response.
it's
No, you mean a
okay.
business license, when the people buy the business, the actual license?
Yes, I want, a couple of, yes,
Just to be firm.
business, yes, brokers.
If it's an
yes.
existing
They
business.
require specifically, not from me, a person who has a business license, like a.
Well, you have to
business
have a
seller.
business license in whatever
No, it's
jurisdiction you're in when.
right, she has the really good license. The license that we really don't have, she has that license.
She's talking about
No?
for-
Her client?
Are you talking about your clients, that
Yes.
when they buy something, they have to have a license to do that business? Is that what you're asking?
Business means, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Business
saying,
restaurants,
they
yes.
do, yes, depending which jurisdiction they're in.
Yeah.
And
Right,
that's where
that's
kind of
exactly
you guys
right.
don't wanna try to do what I do because it's very weedy, meaning like liquor, gaming,
Yes.
business licensing, if they're crossing over into jurisdictions. If they're gonna be doing permitting, things that, it gets very very difficult sometimes to understand how to maneuver through this, but, the transaction really is the same as you guys. It's a buyer, it's a seller, we have an escrow company that holds the escrow, we go through due diligence, it's just, the due diligence is always different, obviously.
And I
Dealing
think,
with landlords and getting approval and assignments, new leases, things like that.
and I think if you have unlike back east here, I think if you have a high net worth client that wants to buy 5 Wendy's, he has a CPA, he has an attorney, he has all these other people that are gonna make sure all that stuff is in order, okay? Jen's just gonna help him buy or sell it.
So you help with either an existing business or a new one?
Yes.
Someone wants a new restaurant?
Yep.
And then if it's an existing, you ask for like the profit and loss statement, what are the?
Correct. Because what a lot of people don't know is you can actually, like, if you have a buyer and they want a restaurant, they can get an SBA loan for capital, to start the business, to be able to do the build out, and all that. 'Cause it's gonna cost you about $500,000 to build a restaurant with the FF&E.
Besides buying and selling, can you help them with leasing the restaurant?
Yes,
Leasing, yes?
yeah. Mhm. Yeah, and I'm a full commercial agent, and I'm not here to take any business from any commercial agents, just to really talk about the business acquisition. But if it's not, if this is something not in your wheelhouse and there's no one at the company, you know what I mean, you can always fall back to me. We do everything, like literally everything.
you said you have a team, how many members in your team?
I have 10.
10? Cause that's the problem I have right now. I'm not doing commercial, but I always get a client that they wanna lease a restaurant or a smoke shop, things like that. When I refer them to a gentleman that does the, commercial here in the office, he never follow-ups, they fall in the cracks, so I always.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
So that's what I
But
wanna know.
we specialize in restaurants. I have eight of them right now,
Okay.
alone, restaurants, yeah. So if you guys are commercial agents, that's where to come in too, or residential, I don't, what you guys do with your book of business, but if you had like a client that wanted a restaurant, you're out trying to find leasing space for them, but you know they have 200 grand in the bank to do a build out or something, and there's nothing, because there's no grease trap and hood, on the market, you guys can come to me, because I can maybe flip them over to an asset sale and go, hey, that chicken place on, down the area you like isn't making it, make it your Mexican concept, and we'll sell it to you for 150 grand. Yeah, so, and then, they're like, oh, I can do that, a lot of people really can buy a business. So, it's just, and then you're getting the referral fees, so you're still making probably just as much on the deal.
And
Alright,
how much
gang.
is your referral fee?
Oop.
I'm sorry.
I pay 25%, which is the highest around in Nevada. Everyone else pays 15 to 20%. But I take care of my agents. I want you guys, to refer to me in the future, But I'll make you guys look good, I promise. So, free chance.
Suze, what do you got? Wait.
And speaking of business, everyone's city business license is due June.
There you go.
Right.
Minor.
We're excited about that, Suze. Thanks so much, Danny. Thank you. All right, gang. Jen Weinberg. Thank you, Jen. Did you guys enjoy the breakfast? Right? She always brings a great breakfast. She really, really does. And we're lucky that we have two really good home warranty companies to go to, okay? And none other than Stacia Brain is here today from Old Republic. You okay? You go, all right? You move slow?
Maybe need to just
All right, Stacia, come on down.
The good part is in the summertime when I walk into an office in the morning, people are like, hey, do you want some water? And I'm like, oh, sure, thanks. And then when I walk into an office in the afternoon, they're like, do you need some water? Is that bad? So we're entering into that season, but, home warranties, I've had several questions lately, and so it's just to kind of tie in with commercial, and I've had requests for orders lately on homes that are really, on the high end level, and it just as a good reminder, because nothing would make people more angry than having a home warranty placed on their home that has commercial sized water heaters, which FYI are anything over 75 gallons, commercial sized ACs, which are anything over 5 tons. The large garages that, like they exceed, like the RV garages, a lot of those have air filtration systems in them that are commercial systems. And there is no home warranty in existence that covers commercial items. So if you're negotiating that into a home that's maybe that higher end luxury home, make sure that you know what those sizes are of those water heaters, of those AC units, of any filtration systems in the home. Because if somebody pays a trade call fee, even if they paid $5 million for the home, and they pay a trade call fee and someone comes out and says, oh, we don't cover this, it's commercial, they're angry. And then you call me angry, and I can't cover it. We just don't cover commercial size systems. So just know, and somebody that's paying $5 million for a home can probably self-insure. That being said, there are companies out there like individual AC companies that may offer some kind of a service program individually that's independent. I have not investigated those, and so that might be something that's worth their time to look into to see that they're, that they have some budget protection. But if there's ever a question of something, if you just are curious, hey, Stacia, my client just backed into their garage door, would that be covered? And the answer's no. We don't cover garage doors. We cover motors, and then depending on the level of the policy, springs and hinges. But everything that we cover is also repair replacement from normal wear and tear. So backing into it is a mistake. It happens to people, I'm sure, more often than I realize. But them understanding that wouldn't be covered, whether it's us or anyone else, is also important. I can tear that Band-Aid off for you if you don't wanna have that conversation with your client. And then, nicely highlight the area that says, what we do and don't cover just in that particular criteria. But I love to just be a resource. So if you have a question, and knowing that if I'm sitting in a meeting, I'm not picking up my phone and talking on it. So I hope, this is my cell number, this is my personal cell number. You can program it into your phone. Text me. If I'm driving, my company very much does not promote me texting and driving. but text me, because sometimes that will get, that quicker response initially, and then if there's a follow-up that needs to happen, I can, return your call. If you call and I don't have your number programmed in, I get a lot of spam calls, and if you don't have my number programmed in and I call you back, this is my last name, and for some reason, the intelligent people that put together phone numbers, I come up as medical services. But if I'm not programmed into your phone and you answer and you're like, hello? And I'm like, hey, it's Stacia. And they're like, oh, you came up as medical services. So feel free to program me in your phone so that you know it's me calling and not somebody trying to sell you some kind of medical insurance. I'm going to try and sell you home warranties. So if you ever have questions, you need a resource, and if you aren't working with someone that you like, trust, or have confidence in, I'd love the opportunity to sit with you and earn your business.
I have a question.
Oh, I have an answer.
I have to read my own personal, home warranty
Yes.
this week, and I used to use you guys, and I switched around a little bit. Tell me what you guys have that you think is better for a homeowner than your main competition and the other one that's growing right now.
Okay.
Which we know what it is.
From a coverage side of things, we are the only company that includes HVAC refrigerant in all of our plans on a covered repair. So it's not $10 a pound, it's not a $400 handling fee, it's not a whatever it is. So just there and then and there, most repairs take 5 to 8 pounds respectfully. And it's about $200 a pound for refrigerant, whether you have 410A or R22. So right there on the low end, you're paying $1,000 out of pocket with my competitors, whereas you wouldn't have that expense on a covered.
Is that for all the plans that the refrigerant's covered?
Yes, so silver, gold, and platinum, we cover refrigerant as we consider it a cooling component of the AC system. So from a coverage standpoint and budget saving standpoint, that's probably your base. We do not limit the number of AC units that you have. We just limit the size, so it has to be under 5 tons or less. So if you have 4 ACs, we're going to cover 4 ACs. We don't have a limit on what we will spend on the system. What we limit is carpentry modifications or permits and code upgrades, and that's listed within the policy. But the physical system itself, we don't have a limit. Now, if we end up in a policy year replacing all 4, we're not going to be renewed. But the savings that you have, benefited from far outweigh the fact that you don't get a renewal. We have 2 US-based call centers. So the people that you're speaking to, they know what a dishwasher is, they know what a garbage disposal is, they know what an AC is. Which can make a big difference. They have a script that they need to follow. But then on the other side, you do have me. If things get crunchy, some things aren't covered, some things, we might have a great company, we have one like boogery employee that ends up at your home or your client's home. You reach out to me. I have a department Monday through Friday that I can escalate, and one girl, unless she's sick, that I can escalate an issue to. Now an issue isn't, hey, I just called this in and it's an AC and it's gonna be hot tomorrow and I need somebody here now. It's hot today and it's hot in Las Vegas all summer, and I do my best, and in the Southwest we do from May until August prioritize Southwest AC claims. I don't know what other people do out there, so I can't say a difference there. But so we do prioritize those AC claims. But if there's 1,000 calls and 500 service providers, which we don't have 500 service providers sadly, but you know, there will be a time process. We have always allowed people, once they've created their claim, to call their own contractor if they want to. We've always allowed that.
Okay.
You have to get permission first, and we are only gonna reimburse at our cost. That being said, our cost might still be more than the max of some of my competitors, like some of the growing ones. The max, they cover 1 AC, period, and the max they'll pay out is $3,000 on their highest policy. So if limits are important to you, then I might be more, you know, my policy might be a better fit. If
I did love you
price-
guys for years,
yeah.
well, they kept shoving another company.
Well,
down,
and you
so
know-
I'll probably go back.
Yes, ma'am.
Today, do it, you know?
And this is just to say why I prefer to use them, because I've been using Old Republic for a long time, and I've used some other home protection plans as
And
well.
I used them, liked them, then I switched
But
around.
I just, you know, I've had problems with clients several times, and Stacia has been there for me. They even paid for one of my clients that called them and said that whatever was broken never worked. And, you
That's
know,
probably not the norm, so.
It was not a big deal, it was just like a little item, but you know, she took the time to call them, they took the time to call me. Every time I call her, she solves the problem, I can talk directly to her. And
That's 90%, that's why I went to the other person for a while, cause she was on
Responsive.
Yeah.
It was Lisa, she took
Yeah.
care of everything.
Yes, and I will, please know that I will, I'm human, if I miss a message, I am sorry. Call me back, text me back, hey, I haven't heard from you. Sometimes I'm having a really great personal concert in my car and I go near the phone, because we need that, you know, you all need that too. You just dealt with something and you just need that moment to kind of deflate yourself and get in a better mind space in order to be able to work with people again. So, you know, if you'll give me grace, if I miss your call, please leave me a message. Ask me a question. If you just say, call me back, tell me your name. If I don't have you, you know, tell me what you might need, because then I can be armed with information when I do return your call. And, you know, I can be, whether somebody chooses me or someone else, I know that people like to have that power of calling their own company. Even with the competitors, they still have to get approval. So you can do that, but know that they're only gonna be reimbursed at our cost, and we don't pay retail. So that $3,000 max is also a retail cost, where my no max is negotiated, you know, direct to consumer type costs and no middleman. So, yes ma'am.
In just a quick few minutes, or not even that, half a minute, how much is the silver, gold, and the platinum?
The silver's $460, the gold is $640, and the platinum is $810 for a single family residence. It's $400, $575, and $765 for a condo, townhome, or manufactured home.
And the entire price sheet and info is right out that door to your left.
Yeah.
In case you forgot.
On
In
there,
case you
it
forgot.
also would give companies.
It will,
Yes.
our terms and conditions are in the QR code now, because they have tried to, and if you want a branded warranty, that's only in digital, it's not in print, email me and I'll send you one that's, one home warranty that's branded for Realty One, so.
Perfect.
It's a beautiful thing. Thanks,
Thank
Stacia.
you.
Yay! All right, a couple of quick things before we get some mortgage updates and title updates and Maria updates. Maria has some updates today. Congrats to our $1 Million Club again from last month. All 24 of them, way to go. These two good-looking mentees who are not here again. Unbelievable. They should be here, but they're not here. All right, poo on you guys. We'll get past you. Some other slides that you should have in your little toolbox. Number 1, 2023. That's us right at the top. You should be using this, bragging about it, doing videos on it, bringing it to listing appointments. Really good graphic to have. Don't forget the YouTube channel. Jump on there. Don't we get money after we get so many subscribers?
We need a lot more subscribers.
How many do you need to get money?
A lot.
Oh, okay. Well, not that we would take the money, but you know, we would share. Everyone would get 14 cents a month or something, or or whatever. But try to join the YouTube channel. It's kind of fun. Again, Justin's class is on Thursday. You're going to see these every week. They're in the flyer every week. You got to take these 2 classes, please, please. One of them is at the same time as our meeting, but once you get on their website, onerockstars.com, you have access to it. You can watch all the videos again, pause them, all that kind of good stuff. But these are the live classes that Justin's doing. Who was here for Canva yesterday? How was that?
Really good.
Was it good? That's what I heard.
It's like 101, like.
No kidding.
Perfect for.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay.
It went on for a while too, right?
Huh?
It must have been good. It
Yeah,
went on for a while.
yeah, it ran over an hour and,
Yeah, Justin's too nice. You guys, he'll be here 4 hours if you guys keep asking him questions. You know, he's just too nice. Okay? These are some other classes coming up. Ricky's doing a class from Epic next week. This is the guy Jake from Tech 4 RE. This is another class on social media, so you want to jump on these. Some more rock title stuff. Okay? Barbara can't be with us today. She's not feeling well. But and these 3 individuals have better things to do than hang out with us for 2 hours. They have escrows to close, right? They could be answering your phone calls. But there he is, Brad, Laura, Kathleen, wave, say hi. Thank you guys for coming. We really appreciate that. You know, we really, really do. Okay? While they're here, ask them stuff. Really. You know, show them your HUD from another title company that you can't read. They'll decipher it for you while they're here. So take advantage of it. They don't mind. Okay? John is going to come up in a second, but he has a disc class coming up. In June, there's 1 million classes in this office. I'm telling you, this is on June 5th, a disc class for 90 minutes. If you don't know what the disc profile is, Google it. Tony Robbins does one for free. You can take it online. Really good stuff. On June 6th, the next day, our one and only, there he is, right in the middle. Mark Otero will be down at Green Valley Resort with a bunch of other brokers to do a big broker panel for NAREP. Okay, we're not gonna have a meeting that day. Okay, I'm gonna go down there, support Mark, make sure they don't beat him up too bad, you know, on the panel or whatever. Okay, and these are really good events that NAREP puts on. It's 4 or 5 hours. It's a big expo. They give away prizes. Really, really fun stuff. Potentially. That's only at LVR. The fights are at LVR, not at hotels. Okay, but a lot of good brokers are going to be on there. If you've been in the business for a while, you probably know them all. Really smart guys and gals. So attend that if you can. The next day, on June 7th, is the general membership meeting. If you're new and you've never been to one, or if you've been here for 25 years and you've never been to one, you might want to go. It's a lot of fun. It's an all-day event. It's at the new it's at the Durango station, and there's about 2 hours of speakers. Then there's a CE class at the end, and then in between there's a really good meal. Okay, so it's $35, but you get the money back, so it's free. Okay, their guest speaker is going to be Brian Gordon, right in there. We haven't had Brian out here in a while. I'm trying to get him, but he's not doing brokerages anymore. He's too busy. But he's the guy that is always in the newspaper when it comes to happenings in Vegas. He was on the panel to approve the Allegiant Stadium and Formula One. He was part of that financial party that figured out if it's worth it for Vegas to do or not. Really smart guy. In our MLS, all the stats that we have, his company does them. Okay, so he really knows our business really well. And after that, about 1:30, what time's the CE class? 1 to 1:30, 1 to 4? 1:30 to 4:30, Lee Barrett's gonna do a class on the buyer-broker agreement and the future of agency, okay? So it's gonna be an agency class, which we all need. It's not a general class. It's a class you need to get renewed. And if you haven't seen Lee, he's great. We love Lee, okay? So, but you gotta sign up. You can't just show up, okay? There's usually 500 agents that go to this, so it's a pretty big deal, okay? Also in June, I think, of course, it's the meth, mold, and marijuana class here with Lee Dreisen, okay? If you've never taken that, you should. This one is free, and Lee's a good guy. He's our probate go-to guy most of the time, but he does a good class on meth, mold, and marijuana, because that stuff is starting to kind of come back, I think, okay? And again, in June, on June 19th, Ricky, and I think John's gonna be probably involved in this, in a CE class, free, I think, I'm pretty sure. But go to the event, what do you call it? Is there a QR code? Yeah, right there, right in front of me.
Yeah,
And sign up,
don't pay
okay?
anything.
Huh?
If it doesn't charge you, don't pay.
That's right. You have to go to Eventbrite, sign up. If it says 0.00, you're in. But this is happening a lot with brokerages and companies and agents being sued because they're doing the wrong things on social media. So you've got to be careful what you post. okay? We think it's harmless or it's not a big deal, but you gotta be careful. And Ricky's really good at this stuff. He really, really is. So you, again, you gotta register for this. Rock Title's gonna sponsor it, so there's gonna be some food, so it should be a lot of fun. And then in July 18th, these 6 really good-looking people are gonna be sitting right up here. Well, the 4 of us will. And Wendy and John will be like the moderators, right? And you guys can just beat the hell out of us for 45 minutes. Ask us anything you want, okay? It's always a lot of fun, okay? So that's not until July. Of course, in July is the baseball game, a lot of fun again. If you haven't gone before, we get a whole big, what's the area called? It's like a bit, we don't have seats. Well, we do have seats. But down the left field or right field line is a platform that we can mingle. We have food. They bring out food throughout the whole game. Just got to buy your own food.
$50 is a lot of food.
$50
is a lot of food.
Yeah, it's $50, so you get the ticket, you get food. Realtors from all 4 offices are coming. So again, a nice event. Do a little networking with our fellow Realty One Group agents. That's the upcoming rev up that you guys all know. All right, gang. You know her and you love her. Here she is, Wendy Schaller, everybody. Yay! Sure you are.
This is stuff from last week, so it's there again, things to do in your real estate. The calendar, so on Monday, Back to Basics has been moved to 10 a.m. on Monday for the month of March at least. I'm gonna be doing net sheets. Barbara's gonna come in and help me with that because Rock Title has an awesome net sheet app in there, or net sheet thing. So on Tuesday, 9:30 in the Northwest, Tim Sam's doing bullseye prospecting and techniques, so head up to the Northwest office. On Wednesday, 11 a.m., well, we have rev up from 9 to 11 in the Southwest, but at 11 a.m., Barbara's gonna be teaching on Sync CRM and the property alerts, right? So starting in June, we're gonna kind of change up the Rock Title classes, and they're having Jeff Zimper come in and teach some technology stuff. If you guys haven't had any classes with him, he kind of does marketing and technology guru around town. I took classes with him 4 or 5 years ago. He's really awesome. I don't know how often Justin, he's getting so busy that he's gonna be able to come into town, so we do have Jeff at least twice a month coming in. So we've got him starting in June. I will be out this Friday because I'm doing the LDR leadership. It's like 1 Friday a month, so I'm gonna be out this Friday. And then the following Friday, I'm going out of town. I will not have cell service. If you guys need anything over the holiday weekend.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Try her.
Unbelievable.
It's not gonna ring for me, but anyways, again, my work schedule, guys. Everybody know what my work hours are?
24 hours a day.
There you go.
8 to
5 to 5 a.m.
Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. 5 to 7, text messaging, right? Take it. After 7 o'clock, please, no more. I went till 9:30 last night. Again, Mother's Day, 2 texts before 8 a.m. On the Saturday before 6:30 a.m.
That's rude.
Again, guys, I only have 2 days off. I would just like to sleep in maybe till 8:30. But I'm here if you need me, but on the weekends, I'm trying to do like 9 to 4, but I'm not gonna throw you guys for a loop that way. But right now, just 5 o'clock, and then 5 to 7 text messaging if we can. But we are nice weekends if we have to, if there's something going on, holidays, like we're here for you, so I just wanna keep going. I'm gonna give it another week before I have to make some drastic changes, but I just wanna reiterate that, so. other than
Hey,
that-
guys, I think I could say this with confidence. Between the 2 of us, there's no other management team in town that responds to you guys the way we do. I think you guys would agree with that, okay? If for some reason we don't, you can call Mark, call Jeff, call Jim Cerrone and John Stahl, call John Morgan, what the hell? There you go. I'm serious. If you call John.
Sleep, I got my phone.
Yeah, if we're not around, and John used to run a team at Keller Williams. He knows what we do, okay? So use them. Don't be shy,
But
okay?
then after 7 p.m., just email us, because again, if I respond to you, that's great, but if the agent on the other end is not gonna respond to you at 9 o'clock at night, so it's obviously not that urgent. So just email me, I'll get it. Most of the time I answer my emails in the evening, but then you'll have an answer first thing in the morning, and then you can carry on with your business, but just please be respectful of that. We all do have families and things that we do. I was trying to cook dinner last night, my phone is blowing up, and I'm like, oh, I can't. So we're just trying to balance it all out. So, thank you.
Yay! My apologies, we haven't had a Maria video in a while. Damn. We gotta remember, Suze, I keep forgetting, we gotta do a little video, a little jib jab for Maria. So it's been a month or so. She's been working out and everything, running all the time, she's really, yeah, they're great, they're great. But she has something that we want to talk about that you need for every file. Okay, it's one of the mandatory forms, and they are that form right there. So Maria, come on down, gang. Maria Oakes, everybody, there she is. Yay!
Oh my goodness.
Exactly, come on, come on.
Okay, so I love the fact that you guys are getting really creative with this form. But we still have to reel it in and be in compliance. Please make sure that you use the Realty One broker's comp form. We don't accept the LVR one. And the reason for that is the LVR just clumps everything together and we have to have it separated. The NAC line, please you guys, it's $200. Don't put 1,000, don't put 800. You know, it's $200, and I put in the section next to it the transaction fees. So transaction fee goes on the first line. The second line is always gonna be $200 for the compliance fee. So if you're gonna pay it for the clients, just fill it out, and the line at the bottom for the total, just put agent to pay. And then that will tell us that we're not gonna get a check from the title company on that. Okay, is everybody good with that?
Everybody get that?
Do you still have your client sign it when you say agent to pay?
Agent to pay, you should be initialing it. It's like a good thing, I think, presentation wise, to say to your clients, hey, you know, our fees are for storage and for NAC is this, but I'm gonna take care of it for you. You know, that kind of a thing, and then have them sign it. If you don't wanna do that, at least underneath the total line, you have to have at least your initials on there so that we know, okay?
What if you pay, like, what if I pay the transaction fee and they pay the 200?
Whatever the dollar amount is that your client is paying, that's what goes on the total line. And then please make sure that you send that to the title company, because they don't know, you know, they have no clue. And we're getting a lot of situations where I get the closing package and the transaction fee isn't there, but you're saying it's supposed to have been collected. But if they don't know, they didn't put it on the commission instructions, we're never gonna get it, and it's not their fault. It's because you guys haven't sent the broker's comp to them. So when you get that commission instructions, fill that out. And if you want your clients to pay something and they're supposed to collect it, put it on your commission instructions. There's an actual area that says transaction fees. Put that in there so that they know what they have to collect at closing.
Or just have Maria do your file, and she knows how much.
There you go. That's it, you know?
That's true. Okay, the other thing, on line 1, okay, on the top line, that's where the transaction fees go. If you're using an inside TC, then you can add that extra $100 on that line, okay? But let's not be creative, okay? So if you have an outside TC that's doing your file, you cannot add that in there without having any kind of documentation whatsoever. So we need a buyer-broker agreement, we need an agreement between you and Mark Otero signed, saying that you have an outside TC, and they're gonna charge you, you know, $300, okay? So don't get creative on this section, because it's gonna get kicked back, and at the end of it, we're trying to close the file, you're trying to get paid, and we're now holding things up because you don't have a buyer-broker agreement for the extra amount, and you don't have an agreement for an outside TC, okay? Yes?
The TC has to be added in that form too, not just in the CDA, that if it's somebody that is.
No, you can't add it on the CDA because we do not pay your people. Now, if that person that you're using is an in-house licensed agent, like Laura is up in the Northwest and stuff, that's totally different, because we do that as a referral. And then on your CDA, you have to put it on the referral line. And then I need a referral agreement between the two of you and a W-9.
And on this form, what it says the total, and it's possible if he is not paying, because even for the RPA, it's another line that we actually, mark that if the, client is gonna be paying or not. And like, in my situation, I would say not, it's a 0 in there, it's okay to put a 0 in there.
Yes, it isn't okay to put a 0 on there.
Okay.
That
It is
line, that
DOT.
line is for the title company, that line
Yeah.
means what they have to collect.
But that had to match anyway, because if it says not paying, and then this one,
Yeah, so you're just gonna put 0 on there, or you
It
can
had
put
to be-
agent to pay, so that they know that they don't have to collect it.
it had to be initials on the symbols?
Your initials if it's agent to pay. Okay, just so that we know that you understand that you're gonna pay and they're not gonna collect it,
Yeah,
okay? Alright, any other questions?
Because the worst thing that happens sometimes, we'll get a closing package, and an agent say, Tim, my seller signed the broker compensation, and they were gonna pay the $800. Well, did you tell Kathleen at Rock Title? Well, I don't know, maybe, sort of, it was in paperwork. No, you didn't tell her. So she didn't take the money from the seller, so guess who's paying the transaction fee? You. And we don't want that, okay?
That transaction fee is critical, and you guys can back me up on this one. It's critical that you put that transaction fee on your commission instructions. If it's not on there, you can't blame them for not collecting it. So you're gonna be paying for that at the end of the day. Okay, so it's got to be on the commission instructions, it has to be on there. And it's a way for me to balance too, because when I get the final settlement statement and I'm balancing the check that I get from title, I have to know whether or not, they were supposed to collect it or they were not supposed to collect it.
Well, that sets you apart, checking your settlement statements for your clients before closing.
Well, yeah, but nobody goes to closings anymore. I mean, we're the old ones.
Well,
that
that's where we have to
always
get ourselves
go.
apart.
Yeah,
I
because
know.
we've been around for so long and it's just a normal thing, but it's amazing how many people don't go to closings and they just say, oh, well, send me a settlement statement, am I not right? That you just email it to the agent and they look it over, and half the time they get things wrong because they're not looking it over. But they're not at the closing, so they don't know what's being collected and what's not being collected. So, look at those settlement statements and make sure that your commission instructions are correct. Lastly, the only thing I wanna say is, please, if you have a rental, please put it in Sky Slope. I'm sitting with having to do mandatory TC and I'm charging everybody. 72 hours is all I can hold that check for. Anything after that, I mandatory TC that file. I do the CDA, I send it through, collect the check, and I hold on to it until you guys give me all the documents. I can't hold any more referral checks or rental checks. I'm sitting on so many of them that it's just.
And after the 3 days, what is it costing them because they're not doing it?
If it's a rental or a referral, it's $50.
$50 that you just wasted,
Yeah, okay? That's it.
That a girl, Maria. Hey, and don't forget every Thursday, like today, after this class, if everyone wants to hang out, have their laptop, have some questions about Matrix, Transaction Desk, Maria will be here, okay? All right, last but not least, there he is, the one and only John Morgan. There he is. Come on, Johnny. Come on.
It took me a long time to learn around the whole whose fault was it on the transaction fee wasn't collected or it wasn't on the HUD. And it's not the escrow officer's fault. It's not compliance's fault. It's yours. Every single time.
Pretty
It's
much.
always yours because you gotta review it. So doing 60 to 80 transactions on our team each month, I was yelling and screaming at a lot of people until I realized, we need to fix this in-house. Okay, so fix it in-house, you won't have that problem. Everything runs a lot smoother. Maria has more time to do videos and stuff. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Real quick, put this up Tuesday on a bunch of tables. The rates are moving. I think we're finally over that nasty hump. We're coming down. There's a lot of good news ahead. It's going to keep the rates coming down. I mean, we dropped probably a 0.25% in just a couple days. So we're in the 6s on conventional. We're almost in the 5s on FHA. So now's the time to get moving again. I'll leave this on the table back there, QR code that you can scan and sign up for these weekly or daily, you can choose, reports. It just kind of gives you an alert, where they're at today, what's affecting it, what's going to affect it. So you kind of have an idea. You're not gonna be an expert, but you have an idea where everything's going. And if a borrower or a buyer asks, you know how long it took me to switch from saying buyer to borrower, now I can't say buyer. So when your buyer asks questions, you can sound like you know what's going on, okay? So there's that, and then the DISC class, so this is important, okay? You have to have a personality to be in sales, okay? Okay. You have to understand personalities to be successful in sales, okay? And this is what the DISC is all about. Most of you guys are over 25, you are who you are. You're not changing unless something catastrophic happens in your life and it changes you, okay? You are who you are. So it's good to find out and understand you and know what you need, okay? Understanding your weaknesses is a great thing. It's not a bad thing to have weaknesses. It's a bad thing if you don't know what your weaknesses are, okay? But understanding them and building to them is the key in sales. You don't have to build a big team. But even if you're solo, you are an organization. And you need to know how to operate at a high level. So this is gonna help you do that. It's gonna kinda, and marketing, how to build your marketing plan, all right? It's like someone's gonna tell you, oh, you need to cold call, you make 100 calls a day and you'll be just fine. Might not be you, okay? We're not gonna do that. You need to know, because I wanna do this. I'm like, no, you can't. But I can do, no, you can't. I don't know you, like, to a T, but I can tell you right now, based on this assessment, you're not gonna get it, okay? So, this is important, especially in real estate. And if I was out shopping brokerages to hang my license, I've had the benefit of working at a few as a realtor and running teams at a few and running a few. And I'm not biased, okay, this is fact. You know, Keller Williams is touted to be the place for the new agent because they have education and all that stuff. Okay, I was there, I ran it, I've seen it. The potential is there. The potential is amazing to have great education, but it's the execution. Okay, everybody can have the same education, same training, but if they don't execute, then it falls on deaf ears. Okay, execution-wise, I've seen Realty One Group over the time that I've been working with them. It's far and beyond, you know, what Keller Williams did, all right? Because each office is a different animal at Keller Williams. They have the tools, they have great leaders, but you know what the difference is? This full room, every single week, the level of collaboration, the knowledge that because if they didn't bring in good knowledge and speakers, you guys wouldn't be here, right? Like, I'm not gonna come in here and spend an hour or more every day. I mean, I can get a bagel at Einstein's, right? And go about my day, right? So the value they bring in here, the collaboration here, that's what sells this brokerage, okay? So if you have a friend or someone slips into the room that's looking for another brokerage, those are the things that set Realty One apart, is the collaboration and the execution, okay? That's the difference, to me anyway. So, all right, register for this class. There's a register at epicevents.com on there, so go there, register, and we'll see you guys later.
Good stuff, Johnny. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And like you guys know, as you guys close transactions, me and Wendy always send you an email. You know, congratulations on the closing. You know, we love you so much here at Realty One. You know that kind of email you get. And on them lately, I've been putting, if the agent on the other side did a good job, let us know. Okay? Because there's a lot of agents out there that are just floundering. They don't have a clue. You know, and they might work for some really reputable firms. You know, like John mentioned KW. I compare KW to RE/MAX because they're all franchises. Okay? I mean, there's 9 RE/MAXes in town, just so you know. How many RE/MAX agents are there in 9 offices? What do you think? 600.
3,600.
3,600. Give me one more guess.
17.
194. 194 agents in 9 offices.
They all left and came here.
Because they're all separate franchises. They're all owned by different people. The franchisee does whatever he wants, which he thinks is good or she thinks is good, but they're all different. But they all work for RE/MAX. And I can bag on them because I worked there for 11 years, okay? Here, we try to be consistent. If you go to Green Valley, John does a meeting in Green Valley, he goes there every Tuesday, it's gonna be kind of the same. And that's what we're trying to do. So we really like you guys help with the, setting some agents in.
On your subject, what's Vinnie Tracy's role? What's his?
He is the president of franchise operations.
So he used to be with
September.
Remax for 40-something years. and
Yeah.
He now works for Realty One. Like, that just shows what Realty One's about.
Yeah.
I mean, he took
That was
the guy
that-
out of retirement.
He was the best hire Cuba ever made,
Yeah.
was getting Vinny out of retirement. And actually, Vinny's retiring September 11th.
Yeah.
Vinny Tracy's retiring from real estate.
But
Yeah,
I
you
owned
know.
a Remax, you know.
Yeah, Linda was at Remax for a long time too.
So 9 offices, 196, we
Yep.
have 4 offices and almost 2,000 in Broward. So, I mean, right there.
And we only have 117 active agents.
Look at you, that a girl, wow, see, that a girl.
Just saying.
That's it, right?
Kinda like a
It's
gym.
crazy, it's crazy,
And
yeah.
that
So,
includes Laughlin and Mesquite, by the way.
look at you, wow.
I have a
Stacia,
little information sometimes.
little creepy that you can find that out so quick, I'm just saying, little creepy here. Before I forget, Linda, where's Suzanne? Do you have the list, Linda, of how many people are here? Is that around somewhere? How many are on, how many, 25, 30?
21.
21. Okay, Christina, pick a number from 1 to 21.
9.
9, who's number 9? Oh,
Mike,
yeah,
it's-
tell us who's number 9.
Roy?
Roy, where's Roy?
He left. He drinks?
Roy, all right, we'll give this to Roy, he's in the office, right? Is he here?
I don't know.
All right, that's for Roy. Yeah, pick another number, Christina.
You should go to the next person.
Ooh, okay, we'll kick Roy to the curb, okay. All right, Roy goes, okay? Pick another number.
4.
4, who's number 4? Oh, who's number 4?
I know.
Nicole Detmer, where is she? There you go, Nicole, okay. All right, and Alex, you pick a number from 1 to 21 for the beautiful Maggiano bag.
13.
How about 2?
Wow, wow, here you go. Julia Giordano, everybody. There you go, huh? That's right, see, Lori came bright and early, you think she'd win? No. But there's always some stuff in there, a t-shirt, a pin, you know, some other stuff. Yeah, so it's good stuff,
Oh,
okay?
not a Maggiano?
All right, no, yeah. And just so you know, all these bags we give out every week, we got them from Mary. Mary got all these bags over the years. I don't know where she gets them from. All right, gang, so we don't run too late. This is the script that we gave out at the meeting we've given it out a few times. So this is something you should consider playing around with when you're talking to your potential buyers, okay? To get them to sign the buyer-broker agreement, okay? Anybody have any questions about Tuesday, or thoughts, or feelings, or, you know, I mean, did it go well? Did you learn something from Mary and Wendy and all that stuff?
On all the NAR
Mhm.
dispute, yesterday, Steve Hawks posted a reel about like the language that we're allowed to talk about this whole
Mhm.
thing, and I guess we have to really be careful what we say.
Yeah.
But, I mean, listen, attorneys, that's their business, right? They're
I
trying
mean, the
to
ones
make
that
money.
take a-
I mean, now they're thinking, oh, now the buyers are gonna start suing this and that. Like, for 120 years, we've been doing this the same way,
Mhm.
right? Yes, everyone's like, okay, now let's get lots of listings, but let's still remember, we probably represent buyers and sellers, and as a listing agent, I'm gonna fight for the buyer's agent.
Sure.
Cause I feel like they do a lot of work, you drive around, you need extra insurance, you know, you're negotiating. Sometimes, I mean, I've had buyers, I showed them 20 houses, or, you know, it depends obviously on the price point. But as a listing agent, I'm gonna fight for the buyer's agent to still
Do you
get
think
money,
that-
and we need to educate our sellers on that.
But what did he say you have to watch that you said?
Well, go watch his reel.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's gonna have a reel, an opinion, a YouTube take, or whatever on this, okay? And just take it for what it's worth, okay? We're gonna give you our advice, and the advice we're gonna give you is gonna keep you out of trouble. If you use someone else's advice and you get in trouble, don't come running to me, okay? Go run to him or her, okay? So just be careful.
Do you think it's ever gonna change, back because there's so many lawsuits with buyers coming along, and tenants coming along. The lawsuits has all started with all of them already. Tenants and
You know,
buyers.
I mean, these are the unintended consequences of this settlement.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, do I think? Yeah, do I think there'll be more? Probably. We live in a litigious society.
It's gonna
You know?
constantly change.
Yeah.
I think we need to
Yeah.
show our worth.
Mhm.
We need to explain what we do to our clients. And I've been kind of looking
We have
at
to
different
prove our
videos.
worth.
We have to show our worth. And people who do this part-time are gonna kind of fall
Probably,
wayside.
probably.
No, they will.
And,
They will.
yeah,
And like I said many times in these meetings, when I was a listing agent, before I went into Raymond's house to convince him to sign a listing agreement for $800,000 at 6%, in my mind, that was a $48,000 meeting. That's how I looked at it. I'm gonna spend 90 minutes with this guy and his wife, convincing him in a nice way why he should use me. And I could make 48 grand. There's not many jobs you can go to where you can potentially make that kind of money.
No,
If you're meeting someone for an hour and a half,
If you
okay?
don't tell them about the NAR, and they come back and sue you because you didn't tell them that he did not have to pay.
You gotta be transparent, you gotta bring it up, it's the elephant in the room, if they don't bring it up, you gotta bring it up,
Right.
okay?
I'm not saying that.
My point is, we all have practiced, we've all practiced for 20 years to be good listing agents, right? But we never practiced to be a buyer's agent. We have to practice being a buyer's agent now. Because that buyer for 800 grand is gonna make you 3% of that, 24 grand. So you're gonna have to really brush up on the buyer side of things, just like we've always done on the listing side, okay? But we'll do everything we can to get you through it. We have 3 more months of this. August 17th is the date, okay? And quick little trivia. This number, March of last year, was the number of realtors in our association. 15,800. How many are there today?
16.8?
I got 16,800. So you think it went up? Okay?
17,000.
17,000.
10,000. 15,790.
15,792. Mike is a smart guy. The number is 15, and I'm rounding it, 600. We lost 200 agents in a year. Is that a lot? No. I thought I mean, when I talked to Wendy, the CEO that was here the other day, we talked, not all the time, but we thought we'd lose 3,000 agents.
Wait till June
Right?
2nd, when people have to sign up for their assistance
For the exactly, right. Or the next big MLS bill is due, you know? So just be careful, people aren't running away from this like we thought they would. Now, a year from now, will that number be lower? I don't know, maybe not, but it's not as bad as everyone's making out to see.
But the NAR hasn't come into effect yet either.
Yeah, come August 17th, there'll be a plethora, I love that word, plethora, of new forms. There'll be lots of new forms. All right, gang, anybody have a listing real quick they want to promote? Anybody have a brand new listing they want to talk about? Anybody? No? Nobody has a listing? Come on. You have a new listing you want to tell everybody about? Dave? What do you got, Dave?
6108 Shallow Springs, gated community, 429.9, and it is 1,630 square feet,
How much was it?
429.9.
Oh, nice, okay. What do you got, Dave? You got one?
Hey everyone, 8124 Tiara Cove Circle, it's listed at $1,385,000. Anyone wants to bring in $1 million buyer, start working those $1 million neighborhoods. This is the one Diamond Bay community, it Desert Shores. Walking
Beautiful.
distance, I know we can't say walking distance close by, it's all amenities. It's only a matter of time before we can't say walking closets, so.
Yeah.
If you wanna be a luxury representative, this is the one.
Gotcha, okay. Anybody else? That's Dave, that's Dave.
I have one single story home, 1,946 square feet, in A9147. Coming soon in this Saturday. It's listed at 535K, 11 high ceiling.
1,900 square feet, single story,
Yeah.
535K. In Summerlin?
No, A9147.
Okay, close to Summerlin. Spring Valley, good, I got it. Okay, yeah, Gloria.
Southwest, I have a custom on half acre that just came back on the market, a little over $1,000,001. It's got 3,800 square foot single story on the main house. It's got 1,200 square foot building unpermitted with a guest house that's been lived in for 20 years and a 2-car attached garage, so total 5,000 square feet.
Wow.
With 5-car garage, all the pool, all the bells and whistles, older home.
No HOA.
Is it
No HOA,
remodeled?
lots of land, over a half acre.
Is it remodeled in the
And just so everybody knows,
Kitchen and primary are remodeled.
John Morgan made this comment about our office that you guys, me and Wendy truly appreciate this, and Suzanne and the girls, that you guys show up every Thursday. And we're seeing more and more seasoned agents, like Lori Smallwood, everybody. This is Lori Smallwood. If you don't know who she is, she's been with us for a long time, okay? So we're so glad that you're coming back and participating. All right, Haya, what do you got?
I have a little house, 2-story, 2-bedroom in Piccoli Ranch. It's really cute. It's about 1,400 square feet. We have it for 380,000. It's one of those kind of patio homes right on the walk on the little trail. And then I have another one in Green Valley, 1-story, 2-bedroom with a den. Gorgeous backyard, 8,000 square foot lot. The little house is also about 1,400 square feet, and that one is 485.
Very nice. And I know we gotta get out of here, and my apologies again for not going to the stats that much, but for the last 3 weeks, our inventory has gone up about 150 listings every week. So the inventory is going up, it's not decreasing, so that's a good thing. Right. All righty, gang, everybody's good? Thank you, appreciate it, have a bagel.